and he texted on my mom's phone, which is not with me. And then I literally fall on her feet and she's dragging me with her. I had completely lost it. My hands were shivering and I was just like, fuck, she's gonna tell my mom, she's gonna tell my mom. Hi guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. I think this is my first story time. Story times are doing really well, and I thought I would share some stories because I do have a lot of stories which are quite traumatic, and I thought let me just talk about a few and see if I can make money out of it, because why not let the trauma be useful for something, right? Anyway, this is from back in 2012 when I was in 12th standard. This was right after Sean and I just started dating. We wanted to meet right after school, because in school you can't talk too much because everybody sees everybody and a lot of gossips spread. So this was a time when we wanted to meet each other outside school. And I come from a quite smaller town, so almost everybody knows each other and it's very easy to be spotted when you're outside, right? So we decided to meet this one particular day. But before that, I would like to give you context as to the kind of family I come from and the kind of sister I have to understand everything. So I come from a very, very conservative and orthodox family where girls are not allowed to do a lot of things. We are not allowed to talk to boys, have boyfriends, which I know in many cases it is. But in my case, if they get to know that I have a boyfriend or something, there is a high possibility that I would be stopped from my studies and I would just be married to someone right after my school. And my sister is the biggest villain of this story. She would use things against me to get the work done for her because I'd be scared of her. This is back in 2012, right after Sean and I we started dating and we wanted to meet and all of that. Back then I never had a phone. My mom had a phone and my sister had a phone because my sister was in college and I was still in school. So we were not allowed to have phone while we were in school. So I used to use my mom's phone to speak to Sean, and because we're not allowed to talk to boys, I'm pretty sure we've all done this, millennials especially, we usually save boy's name in girl's name, right? So I had saved his name as Christy. So there is this one place in our hometown where there is like an underground bridge, and after that there is not much developed area, so nobody goes there. So there's no possible way that anybody would spot me there. Because my sister was at home that day, she had come from her college for holidays. Because she was there, if I take the phone, she might be little suspectful of me. So very smartly what I did was I told Sean, you come to this place at 7:45, but I forgot to tell him that I'm not bringing the phone. So I told him one particular time and I told him, you come there, I will also come there, we can just go for a small bike ride and we can come back and you can drop me there, I'll walk back to my house. Because I didn't want to take the scooty, because again, if I take scooty, people might be suspicious of where the scooty is, and there will be a question arised as to why the scooty is not here, who has taken it and all of that. So I thought very smartly, I thought, I'll walk and go, nobody will even know I'm there or not. So I went there and then he came, we went on a small bike ride, we hugged each other in the bike ride, like we never stopped anywhere, we just hugged in the bike. And we from the back, right, I'm sitting at the back, I'm just hugging him from the back and I'm talking to him. We had a great time and then he dropped me. So while going back, my aunt's house is on the way. When I left home, I told my mom ki I'm going to Masi's house. Masi is my mom's sister. Just by chance, if my mom happens to call Masi, not in a suspicious way or anything, my mom doesn't do that. So just by any chance, if my mom happens to talk to my Masi and she asks my Masi ki if Ashmita came, what did she do? I would get caught if I don't go to my Masi's house, right? So what I did was, after I met Sean, I went to my Masi's house just for 10 minutes. So even if my mom calls my Masi can be like, yeah, she came. So I went to my Masi's house, and again I forgot to tell Sean that I didn't bring my phone, so you don't text me. I will go home, send hi, and then you can text me. I completely forgot to tell that. And I was at my Masi's house just chilling, talking to her. I think I spent around 20 minutes to half an hour, and then I thought I will leave home so nobody will be suspicious of anything, right? And what happened, by the time I could go home, Sean had already reached home and he texted on my mom's phone, which is not with me, which he thought is with me. He texted, I had so much fun in the scooty ride, the hug was amazing. And I'm telling you, I had absolutely no idea. And then from my Masi's house, I'm going to my house, and I didn't check my mom's phone at all because I didn't want to seem fishy or something. I just wanted to be casual, normal. But then internally I was very happy because I obviously met him and came. So I didn't check my mom's phone. I was just chilling with my mom. I was sitting, I was talking to her, and then I had dinner. So our house is quite big. We have like 2 to 3 floors. So my mom and other ladies usually stay till the men in the family have their dinner, which is around 9:30. Then they clear the kitchen, and then by the time they go to their rooms and everything, it's 10 o'clock. But me, my sister, we go up to our room to watch TV and all that earlier itself. So I had my dinner. I sat with my mom for a little while. My sister was not here. My sister already went upstairs, and my mom's phone was there in the room. So when Sean texted, she had probably already seen it, which means I'm in big trouble, but I had no idea. मैं तो casually, आराम से, very happily I'm going upstairs because I had a good time and I was just sure that Sean wouldn't send any message unless and until I send him a hi. But little did I know he had already texted out of excitement. And I go upstairs and I'm just changing my clothes and my sister is like, where did you go, Ashmita? And I was like, nowhere, I just went to Masi's house and I came back. And then she was like, who's Christy? I'm like, Christy is my friend from school. Oh, Christy is your friend from school. How did the hug and the bike ride go? And I'm like, what is she saying? How does she know I went on a bike ride or I hugged anybody? And I was just spiraling like anything and I was just so scared as to what is she trying to say? Is she trying to get something out of me or does she already know? I just had no idea. I had completely lost it. My hands were shivering, my heartbeat was, pumping like anything, and you could just look at me and tell that I was terrified. And one more little context is that my sister knows I talked to Sean, but anyway, she asked me, oh, looks like you hugged Christy and all, and she's very happy about it. And I was just spiraling like anything because I was so scared, because I know what she's capable of doing if she comes to know that I've fucked up like this. So then I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about and all of that. And she showed me the phone and she showed me the message that Sean had sent me, and he sent with heart emojis and all, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. Then she kept pestering me, asking me, who is this, you better tell me or I'll tell mom right now, this, that. And she started threatening me, and I was like, it's Sean, but there's nothing going on between us, we just met and we happened to hug, it's nothing like that and all. And then she's asking me, what is this about, why is he so excited about the hug, and why did you have to hug a boy and all, how dare you go out with a boy, how can you do like this, how can you bring such a big shame to a family and all of that. I couldn't actually cry. Usually when I get scared I actually start crying, but I couldn't cry that day because I was also happy that I met him, but then I'm also scared that I got caught. So it was just so weird in my brain as to, should I be happy that I met him or should I cry because I got caught. I was just fake crying. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I won't do this hereafter, I won't talk to him and all of that. And she's like, you know what, you're done, I'm gonna go tell grandfather about this, I'm gonna make sure everybody in the family knows about this, I'm gonna make sure you don't go to Chennai for college. And a little bit of one more context I'd like to give is, after 12th standard we usually are sent to Chennai for college for 3 years just to do a UG degree, so that we can be married off to a rich guy, because no guy wants to marry a girl who's just finished 12th, right? So for 3 years they send us to college and we stay in hostel, and that is the only 3 years that we get to experience a little bit of freedom. So there is no way I'm sabotaging those 3 years for me. And especially now that I know I'm in love with Sean and someday I have to leave my house, I though cannot afford to not go to Chennai, because imagine if I don't go to Chennai, I can't study, and if I don't study I won't have a career of my own. And one day if I leave my house, what will I do? I need to have a career of my own. So when I leave the house, I can earn my own money and look after my life, right? So I had planned way ahead, and she knows this. She knows everybody, all of us want to go to Chennai, right? Everybody wants to experience those 3 years of freedom that we get, and we are given good amount of pocket money. There is never a trouble about money in my family because my family is very well to do. We'll get a very good amount of pocket money, which means we can spend that nicely, wear nice clothes, go out and have fun and all that. But just for 3 years. After 3 years you have to come home, get married and go back, and then after that your life is like Mrs. Movie. Literally, it's worse than Mrs. Movie, to be very honest. But yeah, that is the context I'd like to give you. So my sister is like, you're so done. If I tell this to our dad, it'll just be between us, nobody else will know. So I'm gonna make sure to tell grandfather, because if she tells grandfather, he will make an issue out of it and everybody will question, and then everybody will get to know, and then I'm done for life, right? So I'm just like, I started begging her. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I will not do this hereafter, I will not talk to him, I'll make sure that I block him. Even if I go to school, I won't talk to him. Please forgive me, please. And she's just not convinced, bro. I don't know what to do. And at this point I started crying because I was so scared. I'm already very scared of her. Like from childhood I've been very scared of her, and at this point, and I know that she's capable of doing this, she's just not threatening me, she's very much capable of doing this. So I'm just like, please. And then I literally fall on her feet. I'm not even kidding. I still remember our family house is like 55 years old, and it's built in a very Rajasthani way. So our room is there, and then there is a small veranda type of an area, and then there are other rooms. From this area you can actually see the terrace, and it's like an open area, and you can also see the ground floor because there are small grill type of thing. So whatever you talk people in the ground floor can hear. So I have to make sure to not be loud, but at the same time plead her in a way that she gets convinced. And after this, I just literally fall on her feet. I'm like, please, I'm so sorry, I'll never do this. I'm holding her leg like this, and she's dragging me with her. Can you imagine? Like, you seen those movies where people will hold someone's leg and then they'll drag them? Yes, I was literally dragged like that. I think this was going for around 1 hour, and by this 1 hour, the men in the family had eaten, they had cleared the kitchen, and my mom came upstairs, and I was like, fuck, I'm done. So we both were standing in the veranda, and then my mom comes and she's like, what are you guys doing here? And I was just like, fuck, 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 fuck. She's gonna tell my mom. She's gonna tell my mom. If my mom comes to know, she'll tell my dad, and I don't know what will happen. And there's gonna be a big issue here. And then she's like, no, nothing, mama. We're just like standing and talking here. And I was like, thank God. Yeah, so she didn't tell anybody that day, but she made me beg her for 1 hour. And after this incident happened, every time she wanted to get anything done for me, she would literally threaten me, and I'm not even kidding. She used to be like, okay, if you don't want to do as I say, I will just go tell grandfather, and I'll make sure you don't go to Chennai. And then what will you do? And even before applying for college, she took me aside and she was like, you better make sure that you keep up your words, because one more time I get to know that you're talking to this boy or doing some fishy activity, I will make sure that your life is ruined. Don't even think you can do whatever you want to do. So that's it for my story time. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure to like this video and let me know if you want more story times, because I do have a lot of story times and they are quite interesting and also traumatic. So let me know in the comments, share this video, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you all in my next video. Until then, it's bye from Ashmita.